We're back here on TV 18. Jim Lahrman has joined us, mayor of Winter Park. We were talking about music fests and all that kind of stuff. Hideaway Park is a big thing here in town. Tell me about a stage.
Well, that's kind of the topping on the cake.
Yeah.
Basically. So we've investigated and done some design drawings to put in a permanent stage.
Cool.
We have come up with a very iconic design. So I think as people drive through town, they'll see that, and it'll be an eye-catching design. But also it'll help us to make events year-round in the park. So right now we do rent a stage. It is a collapsible stage, basically.
Okay.
And it works for the summer really well, but it doesn't give us a lot of opportunities on our shoulder seasons.
Okay.
We do utilize the park in the wintertime as a sledding hill. So, but there are some opportunities in the wintertime as well. So the council has undertaken the process of beginning a design phase for the stage.
Cool.
We just did sign a contract with a construction firm to handle some not moving from design drawings to construction drawings. So this is a big phase, and it kind of ties into, I'll kind of segue into transit, because what happens with the stage is it costs money, like everything else.
How much does it cost?
Well, the design we have presently is in the $2 million to $3 million range. The stage itself is about $2 million, but then there's about $1 million in site work, about $800,000 in site work that has to be done in order to accommodate a permanent structure there.
Right.
And we have been spending our general fund dollars on transit for many, many years. As you know, the ski area really has been a big player in our transit system. And I wouldn't call it a transit system. It's really been a bus system to provide transportation for folks to get to the ski area in the wintertime. So we've heard a lot about that, and that system costs quite a bit of money to operate, and the town contributes about $500,000 annually to that. So we'd like to transition to a public transit system, which will, we're asking the voters to support through a sales tax increase this November. And that will generate enough revenue that hopefully then we can shift those dollars out of the general fund towards some of these infrastructure improvements in the park, particularly the stage. So it's all a matter of being responsible, I think, fiscally. The town is in a great position financially. We have no debt.
Awesome.
One of 3 communities in the state of Colorado, so I'm very proud of that. You know, our leadership in the past has been very, very conservative and put us in a very good position to weather the recent recession. And so we've come out of that, and we've seen a lot of development opportunities coming down the line here in Winter Park. So we are ready to jump on that bandwagon as a council and try to provide some infrastructure.
So support the tax for the transit so we can do some other fun things that'll make us more...
Correct. And also, you know, not only with transit, but we have affordable housing components. And again, we do have an affordable housing fund that is supporting those affordable housing needs, but it's never enough. So again, one of the things when you ask the council to purchase a service, which transit is a service, we have to come up with a revenue source for that. It just, the money doesn't just appear. Obviously.
Oh, come on.
It's like everybody else who runs a budget in their own house. We do the same in town. And so those are a couple of the things that I think are important.
How much money does a public transit system take? Like, what are we looking at?
Well, so obviously right now the system runs from November to April. So for a public transit system, it would be a year-round system. And so the costs increase to about $2 million annually. That's about the operating budget that we've got worked in right now with a transit consultant. And so the town presently contributes about $500,000, and the ski area contributes about $1 million to the present system. So there's a shortfall there, and it's quite a bit, and because of the increased efficiencies, and then also the increased routes that will come about running year-round. So we're going to ask, like I said, the voters to support a 2% sales tax, and we feel that that's a fairly equitable way to get funding, because it does hit the tourists who use the system as well, as much as the local and the second homeowners. So So I live in Tabernash. Am I going to be able to hop on the bus? You know, unfortunately, you won't initially.
Okay.
And I say that because right now, one of the big challenges with the public transit system has been in the past 20 years or so, people have asked for this, and it's always jumped immediately to a regional or county-wide transit system.
Okay.
And it's always died there. So we felt like if we could just start it here in the Winter Park, Fraser Valley, and then we asked for support from the county commissioners, and they are very supportive of this idea, that at some point it may be able to be expanded upon. There are no guarantees to that, but right now this is going to service Winter Park and Fraser.
Okay, so nothing in Granby, no employee shuttle for resort.
No, there will still be that. Okay. So as the system presently operates, it will continue to operate like that next year.
Okay.
If the funding source becomes available, then there may be some opportunity. And what was created was a Transit Advisory Committee, which is a TAC, and those 3 people will really make the decisions based upon budgets and everything.
Very cool. Huge for us. I think, it's going to be great.
I think as a community, unfortunately, we're probably 20 years behind the curve on this one.
Right, yep. But if we can get there, and
that's right. So there's a lot of advantages to going to a public transit system as opposed to relying again on the ski area like we have in the past.
Right.
And the biggest advantage is there are a lot of grant dollars out there for a public transit system.
Very cool.
So in the past, Summit, Routt County, Eagle County, they've really gotten the bulk of those transit dollars, and Winter Park never really got any. We never got any of it. So providing this will really give us an opportunity to go after some dollars, which will also give us an opportunity to upgrade the rolling stock, upgrade the maintenance facility, do some enhancements to the system. So that's the main advantage of asking the ski area to transition their system to a public system.
But bottom line, if you use the bus last year, if you used it, you won't see much of a difference this year as a user.
Correct. This year, right. Initially, we'll have to get through a kind of a learning curve.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, lots more to talk about. We're going to talk about the new community center coming up next. Jim Lahrman, mayor of Winter Park. I want to call you the president. President of Winter Park is joining us. Lots to learn from him. We'll be back here on TV 18.